Hey guys, welcome to that 1870s homestead. My name's Rachel.
And I'm Todd.
And today we're just getting stuff done around the homestead. We have sap buckets overflowing that we need to get boiling down. More syrup.
At least 10 gallons. I know there's 2 buckets that are completely full and it's dripping out the side.
Yep.
So today was a very, very warm day.
Yep.
Close to 50 degrees. Very cold last night, so the sap was running. So
yep.
I'll go get this first bucket and pass it over to you.
Okay. We had an oops a couple nights ago. We had maybe almost a 5-gallon bucket. And we thought, well, let's just go ahead and boil it down before we freeze it. And Todd set the alarm on his phone and it burnt. Oh, so sad. Woo.
It's full. I don't know how to not spill some.
Trying to not make an ugly face while I walk by.
Our pot that we have can only hold about 11 gallons, I think. So we're gonna have to boil this down. Quit licking the sap, or the syrup sap.
Oh yeah. Fall down my pants. Can you help me tip?
I can dump it if you let me.
Oh, down my pants.
Next project for today, elderberry cuttings.
Yeah.
We're gonna harvest some. We have this elderberry tree that's behind us has been here since we moved in. We've never done anything to it. We've harvested elderberries from it before.
Yep.
We made
Elderberry
tincture with it, and that's about it. And I think we only harvested them once.
And it's honestly not, now that we've cleared, it's a little bit better, but it's not grown to its full potential because it used to be so shaded so much.
Right. We have another small one over by our wood pile. And then way in the back of our property on the fence row is another decent sized elderberry bush as well.
Yep. So we're gonna make some cuttings so we can have some baby elderberries.
Yeah.
And the plan is?
Possibly surplus vegetables.
Yep.
If we have enough to supply ourselves and our family members with their needs, if there's excess, we're going to try to sell some. We're also going to try selling some plants. We have lots of plants on our land that we can propagate and make more plants out of plants. And some people would really like some of these plants. So we thought, let's do this. Let's try to grow some, build up our skills, try to sell some of them, and see if we can make a little extra money for buying coffee. Not that I drink coffee, but
or more plants.
Or more plants.
We'll fund our tree habit by selling plants and trees.
So you want to show them kind of what we're working on and what we learned about doing this?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
All right, this is our first time doing this. So what I know is you want a limb that is about your pinky in diameter and about 9 inches per cutting. So I'm taking it just right at the tree collar. So that's about right size, I think. Yep. And then we'll take this up. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of cuttings about this size.
Well, we decided to come to the far back of the property. Even though we have enough elderberries, we don't need to harvest more back here. We have a large section on this back fence row of gooseberries that have been growing. They were here when we moved in. We've harvested some of them once before and planted them up by the house.
Didn't work.
They got, the weeds got them. But we're gonna try to do the same thing like we're doing with elderberries, with gooseberry. Same type of thing. You take cuttings, root hormone, dirt, and they basically just grow like weeds.
Well, we'll see. That's the idea.
At least they're supposed to.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna make our elderberry cuttings in the house. It got really cold out there. I was like, I'll meet you inside. So they said take about a 9-inch cutting, and the top is flush and the bottom is at a 45, which I've already done. And then we're just gonna let those soak in water overnight, and then tomorrow we will put them in some dirt. And we're just gonna use like our, oh, that's really dead, our compost dirt from the chicken coop. And I don't know if this one's alive. We'll try it. Supposedly the elderberries, though, are like one of the easiest propagation plants you could try. You could, if you wanted to, you could just take this and stick it right in the soil where you wanted to plant it. I would, of course, recommend protecting it from like rabbits or other things that might come in and try to get at it while it's trying to get established. But they really don't need much at all. I'm just trimming these little extra branches. This one I should be able to get several off of. Maybe we'll have some plants to sell. That'll be fun. We have all kinds of fun ideas for our little farm stand. Really excited.
On to the gooseberries next. And you want to trim the bottom with a little leaf node like that. So the bottom is a leaf node, and then above a leaf node for the top. And then here's the little tiny spikes that are on there, and you want to pluck these off or smash them off. Kind of like that. The spikes are so small.
I'll get them.
So Rachel's doing the spikes, and I'm going to do the trimming part.
And you only have to take the spikes off the part that's going to be in the soil.
Right. And we're going to go through the same process with gooseberries. We're going to put them in water and let them soak overnight. And then tomorrow we'll do the planting with the soil all at once instead of doing soil tonight and tomorrow.
Yep. And gooseberries are do prefer a rooting hormone to get them started. So people have used honey. We're just using this root boost. We'll use it tomorrow. Not sure what other types of rooting hormones people use. This is our first time, like I said. So
we're learning.
Yep.
We're learning, and everything we learn, we're going to share it with you guys.
Yep. Make sure to hand them to me the right direction so I put the right end in the water.
Oh yeah, I'm putting the bottom towards you.
Okay.
There's one funny other little story about propagating gooseberries is, I think 3 years ago, we watched a video on YouTube about how to do this.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, that's awesome. That looks so easy. And we created an event on our Google Calendar for the end of February every year with an alarm. It goes off and it says, propagate gooseberries. And it's been going off every year for the last 3 years.
Yes.
And we've never done it until this year. Well, I think we tried it the first year.
That first year we did, because I think in that way we just tried sticking them in the soil, because you can do that with gooseberries too. Just try propagating them, and we just stuck them right in the soil out there. And they did survive for a little bit, and then they just got taken over at too young of an age by really heavy weed pressure. Okay, it's the next day. We have been soaking, like we mentioned last night, our cuttings. There's your gooseberries and my elderberries. And we have a couple pots ready with basically just potting mix and compost mix together. Ready to start them.
I'm ready. We also harvested another 4 gallons of sap from our trees this morning.
We did.
We added that to yesterday, and we finally got the rest of that boiled down. This little container for the root hormone.
Yeah. So I'm going in with the gooseberries with some mycorrhiza. Just help promote root growth.
And for the gooseberries, a little bit of rooting hormone. Just dip the tip in there and then stick them in.
Yep.
And we purposely picked this black tub to grow them in because we have a piece of plexiglass that we're going to put on top and vent it so that it can get some good airflow, or at least some airflow instead of being sealed completely. And it should act like a nice little greenhouse for them. I know, what is that? Elderberries can take up to 10 weeks before they're ready by starting them like this.
Oh, really? I didn't do that kind of research.
8 to 10 weeks. I think after like 5 to 6 weeks, you could actually have some good roots. And like if you try to pull them out, they might not come.
Okay.
Gooseberries, I don't remember. It was like I said earlier in the video, there was 5 years ago when we watched a video. Something like that, when we created our calendar entry.
But this morning we were doing our tree ordering form, like we teased yesterday. Maybe selling some of these will fund our tree buying habit. We were looking at our order form from the Conservation District on what all we're going to buy, and some exciting new plants coming to the homestead. So we're even buying some trees for our off-grid property. So look forward to sharing that with you in the future. And as you can see, we're putting quite a lot in one pot. They won't stay like this. This is just to get them rooted and their roots established enough that they can then mature into their own grow out pot.
Move out of their parents' house?
Yeah.
And you're making like a little teepee over there.
Mm-hmm. No, this is my first time.
Oh, that when we watched that lady the other day, she just put like a tiny bit of honey.
Oh, I remembered what the other one was. It was willow bark. It's a rooting hormone. All right, so we just threw a piece of plexiglass on top to make a greenhouse effect. Left a little piece of wood so that there's at least some air that can get in. And we'll keep you guys updated on how this goes. It might be 100% failure.
It might be. I was putting all the gooseberries in and I'm like, this is a whole lot, but they might not all survive.
That's right.
It might only like half of them live. And so stick with us and we will keep you guys updated throughout the year of how this is going, how our farm stand is going, if it ever actually starts, if it's profitable, if we end up selling anything, or if we just have a whole bunch of extra plants to give away to people.
Right. So anyway, it'll keep us busy, give us something fun and new to learn, and I look forward to sharing it with you guys.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Bye.